Hello, my absolutely beautiful Virgo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for May of 2023. Where Virgo, this month, your ruling planet comes out of retrograde. We've also got Jupiter moving into the energy of Taurus, an eclipse, Mars moving into Leo, a Jupiter, Pluto square. So there is plenty going on this month to keep us busy and to not only have us being busy, but also for you, Virgo, I think it's really important to keep in mind that there's a portion of this month that is so heavy in the Taurus energy that it is lighting up your ninth house of expansion, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, travel, expanded opportunities, taking yourself out, knowing yourself different, creating a different whole life faith and philosophy that you are really in the depth of that, especially when Jupiter moves into Taurus this month. So let's get into it and see what's going on this month, Virgo, okay? So right at the beginning of the month on the 1st, we're going to see Pluto step into its retrograde in the energy of Aquarius. Now, for you, this lights up the 6th house space. So right away, I'm going to ask you to go back to what was happening for you in your daily routine and the signatures around health, wellness, care, caring for someone, being someone's caretaker, fitness, any of these kinds of things. If you were a freelance person, what was going on in your day-to-day work life, okay? Because what is happening is that the way this area has been being done is crumbling or changing or moving in a direction where it has to come undone a little bit. There's outdated structures, there's outdated beliefs here, and they need to be adjusted. So as Pluto moved into the energy of Aquarius, you started thinking differently about this area. You started going, well, now hold on a minute. I think I need to search out a different way to do this. I need to get more in depth with the information, or I need to find a different way. So now as Pluto takes this retrograde, you'll have the opportunity in your 6th house, but then also a little bit in your 5th house, because Pluto will back up also into that energy of Capricorn, okay? So as this happens, I want you to really think about diving in, researching, finding out more information about how the daily routine, how the health, how the care, how the birthing area of your life was going. And when I say birthing, I mean, yes, birthing to people, places, and things, though, objects. You know, where are you giving yourself a new daily identity that was also coming to birth as well, okay? When we get to the 5th, we're going to see the lunar eclipse happening at 14 degrees of Scorpio. And I have to tell you, Virgo, this eclipse, first of all, it's not new. We have been looking at this dynamic of Taurus and Scorpio for the last year. Okay, so between the 9th house and the 3rd house, where you are having this eclipsing energy, this is your opportunity to have things exposed, to have an illumination happen here. And it's at an emotional level. So for you, around teaching something, learning something, studying something, buying, selling, contracts, you know, where is there a depth? Where is there a shedding that when you back up into your life and you go to like 2004, you're like, yes, these are things that I was working on and now I'm ready to release them. I'm ready to emotionally have this burst of unburdening and have a freedom, because the full moon's asking you in your 3rd house to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment. You know, were you learning something at a time and now you're able to go back to it? Have you been learning something and you're like, this is not the right time for me, I need to put it down? Where are you at, Virgo, with writing? You guys are the natural Mercury energy. So are you writing something, putting a book out, putting a blog? What is it for you? Because now whatever's been kind of keeping that in that way, you're able to unburden yourself and move that forward. When we get to the 7th, we're going to see Venus move into the energy of Cancer. And this is just such a nice energy. First of all, this lights up your 11th house space. So it's a very social energy. Now Mars has been working through here as well. So truly at this point in the month, looking all the way to June, I would ask you about attracting a beautiful social life to yourself, attracting friends, attracting those associations, you know. And it's also a time, Virgo, for you where it's like, you know, are there parties? Are there gatherings? Are there other social events that you're going to be going to at this time? And it's really about pleasure. It's really about starting to associate Cancer is a cardinal, so a beginning sign. You're starting to associate with a group or with a friend or a new association. Even it could be technology for you. Are you moving in that direction in some way? What is the grouping area of your life around friendship and also around your own aspirations for yourself that's really calling you in a very social way over this next handful of weeks, okay? When we get to the 14th, your ruling planet Mercury is coming direct. Now, I follow the full retrograde cycle, so we have watched Mercury be in pre-retrograde shadow time starting April 7th. Then it went retrograde on April 21st. It comes direct here on the 14th, but we'll see the full culmination of everything you've learned in this ninth house, everything that you've needed to review really from April 7th. We'll see the full culmination on May 31st. But as Mercury comes direct here in the energy of Taurus, any place where there's been holdups in that higher education, travel, new faith, new ideas, new expansion out, you're going to these bigger horizons, you're getting bigger philosophies about your life, any place that there have been holdups in your expansive zone there, now they'll start to free up a little bit. And again, you'll see that full culmination when we get to the end of May. On the 16th, we have got Jupiter moving into the energy of Taurus, fellow Earth energy, okay? So the ninth house for you is really busy at this time. So truly, this new identity, this new spirituality, this new opportunity, these new highlights and horizons that are available and are calling to you, Jupiter is helping to expand these things. Now remember, Jupiter here in the energy of Taurus also calls you to remember that you are and you have the resources that you already need to be successful right at your fingertips. You just might not be actualizing them. So I would ask you, in your deep, rich, earthy minerals, that is you, your skills, your talents, the healing you've done because, skeletons have risen to the surface. Where are you free enough to allow yourself to be a genuine resource that is also something that lifts your esteem, lifts your worth, helps others understand their values? You really become, in this sense, you have the opportunity to become a teacher in this way, to share your wisdom. Now, Jupiter also, we can treat it like it's like a Santa Claus, planet, like, oh, it's a benefic, so it's just bringing you all the goods. And I don't necessarily believe that. But I do believe that what you have been working on, what you have established, Jupiter will also match. Right? So if it's like, oh, I've been working this hard, Jupiter's like, cool, I'll match you here, send you a teacher so that you can continue to expand that out. If you've been working right here, Jupiter's going to meet you right here, and it doesn't matter what your level, Jupiter always sends a teacher to help you expand to that next horizon as well, which is very cool because we're going to need it. When we get to the 17th of the month, Jupiter is going to hit a square with Pluto. So right upon ingress, it comes right into that square with Pluto, who's retrograde. And I think that this is one of the most important transits that we have all month long, because when Jupiter and Pluto square against each other, seriously, that one thing that you've been working on, that outdated belief, that outdated philosophy, that outdated structure that has been in your life that cannot stay anymore, you're going to be put in a position to really work on that. Because when Jupiter and Pluto square against each other, you guys, that's it. We solidly walk through the doorway into a new world, and the old world we're not in it anymore. Now it is about, we are going forward, and major structural, spiritual, psychological, philosophical adjustments. We are in that world at this time. So any hurts that you have that are outdated or are still lingering, you might really be feeling tasked to deal with them at this time. But the point is that you can deal with them at this time. Now, the one thing I will remind you is that because Pluto is retrograde, what you're ready to change, what you're ready to move forward in this new structure, kind of way, you can't force it either. You cannot force this. This is a fixed square. So you might be ready to change, live your best life, be the next version, expand yourself in this direction, use all of your resources and put them out. You still need to take your time and let it develop. Fixed energy changes slowly. It is a demand to change, but it does it so slowly, okay? Now on the 19th, to help with that, we've got the new moon happening in the energy of Taurus. And this energy is your chance to plant your seeds of intention at 28 degrees of Taurus. What do you want to begin here? You know more about it. This is a 28-degree moon, so it's at the end of the sign. You know something about your resources. You know about longevity, building something that has endurance, persistence, being tenacious with what you're doing, something that has long-term value. So now plant your seeds of intention and let's watch that actually come to fruition over this next 4 weeks. When we get to the 20th, we're going to see Mars move into the energy of Leo. Now, as Mars moves into Leo, I like this position because Mars is in fire, right? So Mars is a little bit more robust. It's a little bit more vibrant when it gets into a fire energy. But this is in your 12th house space. So really, truly for you, as Mars is traveling here, first of all, one of the things I will tell you is to not guard, but be mindful of your sleep cycle. Mars running through the 12th house puts a lot of energy out, so you might have a lot going on. You can even notice that your dream life is particularly roaring at this time because Mars is just a busying kind of energy. But also the universe will use these planets to work out what's going on with you, even in your dream life, right? It's trying to help you sort it out. And Mars, if there needs to be conflict or there is conflict going on behind the scenes, Mars could even be showing up in your dream life in that way. So if you're dreaming of more conflict or whatever is showing up in a vibrant way in your dream life, I would ask you to take note of that. But also, Mars behind the scenes here in the 12th house is really great for powerful restorative practices, powerful spiritual practices, working on things behind the scenes that, when Mars gets into the energy of Virgo, maybe you're going to be ready to put them out there. Are you working on that book or that blog or that writing or that course behind the scenes, that website, and now you're going to put it out later when Mars moves into the energy of Virgo. Now, something else I was thinking about, just because this is this wonderful Leo energy, is there's a lot of expression that comes with this. So Virgo, is there something that you needed to say, that you've been wanting to say, or that you feel like you haven't been able to say? Is there something to a family member or to a sibling, or is there even an expression to the world and you feel like, I haven't been able to say this, I haven't really been able to get this and put this out there and celebrate who I am, celebrate the people around me, and you're feeling that? Because this is really a great placement too, to take actions of gratitude or actions of charity, to let people around you know that you do care, that you do love them, that, these kinds of things I think can really be well done too. And by doing that, you also fill your own cup, all right? Now, as we're going to close out this month, we see the sun move into the energy of Gemini on the 21st, bringing light, heat, life, and vitality. And this is, of course, lighting up your 10th house space, so the top of the chart. So as we are heading into June, we are going to start to shift the focus from all of this 9th house energy that's been going on to the career energy. But this is not going to come in until the end of the month. Now, as the sun is moving into Gemini, into that 10th house, your title, what we call you in public, your career, your soul level path, what you do, that you offer to the world, we're going to start to see a boost of this energy. You could even be seeing yourself having a rise to prominent. You're taking on that different title. Now, something else I was thinking about is that even though this is the 10th house, there's very much so a travel vibe to your energy happening this month too. So something else I was thinking about is, are you traveling? Do you have a family member traveling to you in some way? Because there does seem to be this kind of shift of dynamic with who's in your direct network, or like a sibling in your network in some way. So let me know in the comment section down below, Virgo, if that is you. All right, my beautiful friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Let me know which of these themes have lit up and are manifesting for you as you're traveling throughout the month, and what exactly do they look like? Are you the traveler who's not really, you're not jumping an ocean, but you are putting out your first book or you're putting out your first YouTube, right? We have some expanded versions of what these words mean and what these houses mean at this time. So let me know how the themes actually show up for you. All right, Virgo, have a beautiful month. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Virgo.